Elements by Re Jux on AO3. Chapter 2. Chapter 1. STV presents STV Elements. Camera pans over to UA Entertainment dorms as 5 young men tiredly walk out of the door to the van, right next to the cameraman. The sun has barely risen. Todoroki. Good morning. Kirishima. Sorry for my hair. Midoriya. Please excuse us. Kirishima. Let's do our best today! Shoulder punches the cameraman. Bakugou. Ugh. The men take their respective seats in the van as the cameraman follows. Cameraman continues to film them as they drive along. Narrator. It has been a year since Elements have been announced, and now their official debut is close at hand. These last several months have been tiring for all of them, but they've yet to show any signs of giving up. Kirishima. The only one in the van who's fully awake. Today we'll be filming the PV of her debut song, 4 Seasons. It's a bit romantic on the pure side about meeting with a long-lost love. A lot of groups lately have been debuting with hot dance songs, but we wanted to throw back to some of the older debut songs from 10 years ago. Hopefully our personalities can still shine through. Text. For those who don't know, what is your roles in the group? Kirishima. I'm the main rapper and lead dancer, as opposed to Denki, who's the main dancer and the lead rapper. Basically, he's got all the major dance parts, and I've got all the major rap parts. No one will be hearing any sort of rapping from 4 Seasons, but we will have a small dance number to show off in the PV. Cut outside to the new location as the van pulls up. Kirishima gets off first, as the other 4 follow, tiredly rubbing their eyes and stretching. Narrator. Today will be another step towards the world of debut. Cut to Todoroki within the building, as the others are getting their outfits fixed behind them. Text. What are your thoughts on the debut song? Todoroki. We didn't want to debut with something energetic. We decided on a sweet, romantic song, and went from there. Elements has a great range of personalities and voices, so we wanted to let them shine in every way possible. Our own Izuku wrote most of the lyrics for 4 Seasons, though I'm hoping his feelings can reach everyone. Cut to Midoriya. Text. Is 4 Seasons based on a real experience? Midoriya. Where'd you get that idea? Most of the song is inspired from films and dramas I've watched with my mom growing up. I don't know, I'm just a softie at heart when it comes to lost loves and all that. Director off screen. Midoriya-san! Midoriya. Ah, okay. Grins at the camera. Anyways, it's up to interpretation. Waves. Narrator. 4 Seasons, the upcoming debut single from Elements, a song about pure and lost love. Several cuts to the boys performing their bits for the PV. Narrator. For the video itself, Bakugou-san's parents assigned their outfits. These outfits are nicely coordinated, each one presenting the individual style and personality without clashing. Cut to Kaminari. Text. What are your thoughts on the debut song? Kaminari. When Izuku showed us what he wrote, admittedly, I cried. I get emotional when it comes to romance, so rubs the back of his neck. Hopefully I don't end up crying at any point during the shoot. Cut to Bakugou. Bakugou. It's alright. Pause. Bakugou. I'm going back to work now. Narrator. The official PV for 4 Seasons will be released Friday at 9 a.m., so look out for it. Katsuki dropped his head back, desperately wanting the show to end. Turn it off. I don't want to watch anymore. I hate it. Don't you want to hear them gush about 4 Seasons and how romantic it is? Ichiro held the remote, turning up the TV instead. No. Don't you want to watch us practice? Who the hell even wants to see that? A lot of people, buddy. A lot of people. After throwing a cushion at the redhead, Katsuki stood. In his amusement, Ichiro sang loudly. I want to give you my love to you. I want to give my love to you, even in my dreams. Shut up. The blonde response was prompt enough for his friend to sing even louder. I want to freeze time with you held against my chest. Pouting, Katsuki marched away and turned the corridor, nearly bumping Izuku. Kachan, move it. Katsuki made way for his room, bumping shoulders with him along the way. Izuku watched him go and sighed. Heading to the living room, the fact that Izuru was still belting out the lyrics to Four Seasons made Izuku laugh. It was flattering, knowing that there were people who genuinely enjoyed it, even if they were his own bandmates. So, what's Kachan mad about this time? Izuku greeted through the singing. Sitting on the couch, the other man turned down the TV. He's mad because I wouldn't turn our awesome show off. As if on cue, Kachan marched back onto the kitchen. Izu's thumb hovered over the volume button of the remote as the blonde fiercely pulled out ingredients. Gonna make something, buddy? Waffles. Ah, Izuku piped in. I thought you were still on that training diet. It's a cheat day. Ichigo turned the TV back up to block out anything else Kachan might have wanted to say. Halfway through fixing up the batch of waffles, did Shoto and Dinky come in, with an envelope in Shoto's hand. Yo, welcome back! Ichigo called over the noise. Noting the strange look on Shoto's face as he studied the envelope, he muted the TV. Mail? Izuku asked, prompting Shoto from his thoughts. This was in our mailbox, but there's no return address. Just ours. It's not uncommon for fans to send those kind of letters, is it? Ijo straightened up, while Kachan curiously poked his head out of the kitchen. It's not, but... Do you want me to open it? Denki offered. Shoto shook his head, and carefully opened it himself. It didn't take long before the entire band crowded around their leader, looking at the photographs in his hands. Are those us? Izuku said, all coherent thoughts halting. No shit, Sherlock. Kachan snapped, taking one of the photos. They're outside the place we filmed the PV. Photos of them entering the building early that morning and leaving in the late evening. None of them, as far as they know, saw anyone who could have taken the pictures in the area. Someone actually followed us? Worry shaded Ijiro's features. Shoto furrowed his eyebrows, looking over every photo. After a moment, he tucked them back into the envelope and pulled out his phone. I'm calling the police. Can one of you call Aizawa? The police came and went as if nothing happened, leaving with the photos and the group's answers to their questions. Aizawa, their worn-down manager, warned them not to go anywhere the rest of the evening. Izuku struggled to sleep, tossing and turning in bed. After what felt like an hour, he got up to watch TV. With his blanket, he quietly stepped into the living room through the darkness. Using his phone flashlight, he avoided looking at the windows despite all the curtains being drawn, and when the back of the couch came into view, he ran for it. Quickly leaping onto the couch, he breathed a sigh of relief before realizing he was not alone. Panic overwhelmed his body as he aimed his flashlight at the person he believed to be the photo taker's stalker. What the hell? Kachan rubbed at his eye, obviously forced from his sleep. It seemed he had fallen asleep sitting up, hand holding up his head with some help of the armrest. Kachan? What are you doing here? Izuku didn't realize his light was still aimed at the blonde until Kachan shoved it away. None of your damn business. What are you doing here? Making no attempts to leave his spot, Kachan simply readjusted himself to get comfy once more, with their legs pulled up onto the couch. It was cramped, but he didn't complain. I couldn't sleep. What, you afraid of some asshole stalker? Izuku opened his mouth to deny it, but was there even a point? Fixing his blanket over himself, he responded. Aren't you? Kachan snorted and pulled some of the other man's blanket over his own legs. Hell no. Must be nice. Silence followed, and Izuku rested against the armrest on his side. A cold half-minute passed before the blonde spoke up. Well, stalkers suck and all, but seriously, they can't touch us, right? So there's no point in being scared, especially when there's a group of us, and just one of them. He closed his eyes and continued to rest his chin on his hand. Izuku glanced at him and smiled. Are you trying to make me feel better? Why would I do that? I'm just telling it like it is, nerd. Kachan lightly kicked at him, as if trying to prove his point. If you say so. Regardless of what it was, it really did make him feel better. Seriously, you have the weirdest imagination. Just go to sleep, or whatever. If you kick me, I'll kick back twice as hard. As you've proven during our sleepovers. Yeah. See? You know full well how serious I am. Yeah. Night, Kachan. Shut up. After frequently being around Kachan for the last year, Izuku learned not to take a lot of things he says to heart. Compared to how he used to be, the Kachan nowadays was harmless, occasionally tempered aside. When the group was first brought together, Kachan did everything to avoid him. It had been during the end of their friendship phase, years ago, when he stopped teasing him, period, and just ignored him. It was easy back then, but not so much now that they had to work together. Somewhere down the line, maybe during those practices, or even when they all ate together, Kachan softened up and started speaking to him again, the final step towards feeling accepted within the group. Izuku cracked an eye open, looking in the bandmate's direction. Kachan? What? Are you still ticklish? Silence. Izuku gasped. You are! I will end you if you cross this line. I want to know you a little more through your smallest whispers. I will even win against the monsters in your dreams. Hug. 4 seasons. End chapter 1. Okme deleted scene. Putting the band together. The announcement of his hiatus came as a shock to everyone, even those in the business, but it was a long time coming. Even before the release of Leave, Shoto had realized stardom as a solo artist wasn't for him. Regardless of his popularity, it took a great deal of sorting things out with the company, but his wish finally came true. Did you want to go into acting full-time? CEO Nezu asked him. You're still contracted under us. Unless you're willing to buy yourself out, you still have to work. Shoto nodded. I'd like to put a group together. Nezu's eyes shone in interest. We'll have to discuss this with the board, but go on. All of the trainees at UA Entertainment, Shoto had his eyes on 4 specific young men. 3 of them had been with the company for more than 5 years, sharpening their skills and what they were best at. Shoto confidently found 2 of the men in the dance studio in the middle of a break. They straightened up once they saw him, because why would Todoroki Shoto, of all people, be here? Are you too interested in joining a group? We need people who can rap and dance. One of them dropped his water bottle. You're kidding. Shoto didn't understand where the joke was. I'm not. Hope glimmered in their eyes, and both men glanced at each other before looking back at him. You're asking us, personally? That's right. I've been given free rein in gathering the members. Senpai! Shoto holds his hand out for the boys, and they take turns shaking it. No need to call me that. We're equals now. Just Shoto is alright. A slight smile tugged at his lips. That's fine with you, right, Ijiro, Genki? Yes. He found the 3rd member at the company gym, working on his stretches. Katsuki. Shoto walked over. I'd like to speak with you for a moment. The 3rd member acknowledged his presence, but continued stretching. What do you want? His response was rude, but his personality was well known among the company. Shoto wasn't phased. I'm putting together a group. Are you interested in joining? Huh? Why would I want to be in a group? I can debut just fine on my own. Jodo didn't miss a beat. We're the same age, and you've been a trainee for almost 6 years. If this keeps going, you're never going to debut. The look the blonde gave him was all Shoto needed to know that he won. When's our first meeting? Okay, so I think the layout of the way the story is being told, like specifically having the perspective of like their TV show and interviews and stuff like that, it's very interesting. When I first saw it without reading it, right, like I just scrolled through and I'm like, oh, all right, okay, I think I could do this. If not, I'll just not do it, right? And I did the first chapter and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I think I could do this, right? This is technically the second chapter, but it's called chapter 1 because technically the first chapter was a prelogue and this is the actual first chapter. Yeah, no, that's gonna get confusing saying chapter 1 when it's actually chapter 2. You know, it's just like chapter 1, chapter 2. Like that was very weird having to say, yeah, like Elements by Reija, chapter 1 or chapter 2, chapter 1. Gonna be very interesting having to do that, but I think the layout is really interesting. The layout of the actual chapters is something that I've dealt with before, the whole like, you know, prelogue, then chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and having them be kind of, I don't think I've done it with like, what's it called? Actually recording them, but like I've read it before and I could do it. It's just gonna get some used to. I could not, like their debut song, I want to talk about their debut song. First of all, those lyrics, I searched far and wide. I asked friends, I asked Google, I asked YouTube, I asked Spotify, I asked TikTok. I couldn't find a song. So if that actually belongs to a song, please put it in the comments because as much as I wanted to sing it, I couldn't because I couldn't find the song. And unless it is literally the translation of a K-pop song and those lyrics, like me searching it up won't get me anything because like the lyrics, the original lyrics is in like Korean or something or in Japanese or something. Like it's in J-pop. Then, well, damn. I was never gonna find it to begin with. But if you guys can recognize those lyrics and that song, please put it in the comments because I did not. But I want to talk about the song. So Izuku wrote it. You know, long lost lovers, right? That meet again. Interesting. Izuku, interesting. Not based on anything from real life? Okay, alright. Sure, buddy, sure. Do I actually think that he has like a huge crush on Kachan? Probably not. I mean, we haven't seen any, evidence that he has a crush on Katsuki or anything like that. Izuku hasn't shown any, like, you know, feelings. Nothing has been, you know, of the sort. Then again, we haven't seen a lot of his perspective to begin with. So maybe he has some harbored feelings that we are just not being privy to. But yeah. So I want to talk about how we got revealed. So Todoroki is definitely the leader, right? The lead. Kirishima is the lead rapper, and Denki is the lead dancer. So I got the dancing part right for Denki. I predicted that he was going to be the dancer. Oh, what did I fucking do? I'm stupid. Ignore me saying that I'm stupid. I just realized I crossed something out that I shouldn't have crossed out because I need that for later. Okay, sorry, it was just the time codes, because to be able to put the little chapters, I have to put the time codes in a description. And I need to save the time code so I'm not like going over my videos when I upload them and being like, all right, where is it? So I do it while recording and I just cross that out. But anyways, so I was right about Denki being, the lead dancer. You know, I don't know, electricity, flow, I don't know why. My mind went, okay, yeah, dancer. Okay, what? Oh yeah, couldn't find the song, I already mentioned that. Also, I think the story is going to ruin Elements for me. And by that, I mean, okay, so most of you should know if you listen to my streams and stuff like that. Those who don't and are probably new to my channel, hi, hello. If you did not know, I have a role-playing Discord server that is not open to the public. It is not open to the public. I literally do that with, like, friends. It's literally me and 3 other, you know, friends of mine. And, we have our names in that Discord server as element of and then blank. For example, let me open it up, but I know what mine is. Element, I'm pretty sure it was of chaos. Destruction or chaos, it was one of those two. Which one, I do not remember. but I'm pretty sure it was, okay, so we have my friend, Al, who is element of surprise, right? Then we have my friend Kaden, who is element of disappointment, because, because that's just that. Oh, Willow no longer has element of something. Willow's just Willow, the pet snatcher. Damn, that's something. I'm pretty sure Willow used to be element of, and then it was something long, but okay, alright. Yeah, mine is element of chaos. Yeah, so, I was, sitting here and recording, and then I got a notification. It was like, element of surprise texted blank, and I'm like, oh, this fanfic is gonna ruin elements for me. Or not ruin it, but like every time I talk to my friends in that Discord server, I'm gonna think back to this, what's it called? Fanfic. I feel like this fanfic is probably gonna go into my bookmarks. So far, it's getting good. I want to talk about the stalker. So we have a Susan, Suskang. Hold up. I'm searching it up. I know the terminology. I used to be a fan of, K-pop. Crazy fan. Saskin. Hold up. Give me a second. Yeah, whatever, Okay. Sassen! There you go, Sassen. I just had to Sassen? It took me a while, but I got there, guys. I got there. But yeah, Sassen. They have their own Sassen fan, and they haven't even debuted. That is crazy. I'm pretty sure it's like a fan of Todoroki's, probably. Since obviously Todoroki used to be in the industry. I do feel like it's based off of K-pop. That's what the people in the comments seem to be going into. Also, somebody in my comments said that they're excited for Chapter 4. Now, do you mean the chapter named Chapter 4 or actual Chapter 4? That's going to be the confusing part, because someone says they're going to like Chapter 2 or Chapter 15. And I'm like, okay, great, amazing. Do you mean literal Chapter 15? Or do you mean the chapter that's named Chapter 15? It's going to get super confusing super fast, but yeah, that's all I have to say. We have a stalker. I for some reason I thought that the stalker tag wasn't going to be something big and it happens towards the end of the fanfic, not at the beginning. I guess that's going to be our what's it called? Our big event, our thing. We catch the stalker and then the fanfic ends, hopefully. I'm making my predictions now. Bakugou and Izuku start to date, and then the stalker finds out and outs them. That is my 2 cents right there. But, as always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.